Chatroom, what's it all about?
Let's start.
Morality. There's still any
Life is about choices.
Everyone has an opinion.
Debate is always good. Let's chat about it. Let's start.
Yanbingelela noke Makaya and welcome to the chat room. Do you give money to beggars on the streets? Well, successful international radio DJ Imran Ismail does. And he wonders, Uguti, if it's wise to keep shelling out cash to people who stand on street corners claiming to be destitute. Imran is having a moral dilemma. He feels bad uma anganigeli ngemali. Uthi futhi uyazi ukuthi he may be getting conned by lazy citizens who are out to make a quick buck. So, melenzeni Imran? Well, what Imran didn't know is that his generosity towards beggars has contributed to half of just over 900 million that was donated last year in South Africa. This is because 45% of this amount was given directly to street beggars by passers-by. Well, siyazi ukuthi iNingizimu Afrika ina-unemployment rate ephezulu. Siyazi futhi ukuthi abantu abakhubazekile struggle to make a living as easily as fully abled people. So it's not surprising that people would be desperate enough to stand on a street corner and say, please help, I need to survive and I'm not managing. I-research ikhomba ukuthi abashayeli abaningi abanikela ngokudla have had food thrown back at them by successful beggars who explicitly express that they make enough money from begging to buy their own food. We also came across good Samaritans who have tried offering employment to beggars whose boards say they require employment, but only to be shunned by a beggar saying that begging is far more lucrative than toiling in someone's garden or doing someone's laundry. Not to mention the fake limb and arching back that young boys assume as they walk around intersections during rush hour traffic to cash in on the sympathy of motorists. Okuqeda amandla kakhulu abantwana bahamba ngezinyawo on hot concrete begging for hours every single day, usually with the guardian sitting under a tree close by watching the kids bring in the cash. I mean, this income is in addition to the child welfare grant that these children receive on a monthly basis. Then kunabantu abakhubazekile ngempela abacela imali ngoba bayayidinga. Kodwa ngabe le mali iyakuba ngempela na? Low Siguza because we usually spot a bakkie or a panel van dropping off blind foreigners at different intersections and then fetching them at the end of the day. Surely we can't be so naive to think Uguti, this is a kind man who's forsaken his own livelihood to drive blind beggars around for nothing. These realities are what have brought Imran right here on the chat room. So he's here to find out, Uguti, is it okay to give money to beggars? Well, we have our guests here to try and answer this question so that Imran and you, the viewer at home, can make an informed decision the next time you come across a person begging for money. But before we chat, let's meet two beggars who say they need Imran's and other Good Samaritans' free cash to survive. Let's watch.
Chatroom's on.
Let's chat about it. Let's start.
Every morning, Harold gets off the 7 o'clock train at Park Station to be in his spot by 8 a.m. He's a street beggar and has made a living from begging for 15 consecutive years.
Kamalam Harold Richards. Ngizalwe ngo-1980 ngakokuqala 1st January. Ngaze ngahlala eCape Town usukela ukuthi umama unemployed kathesha umama makasebenzi. Ngazala ijozi ukuthi nami ngizame ukuthi imgayi something la ukuthi support abantwana.
Harold dropped out of school in grade 9 and he admits that he hasn't fully gone out of his way to find a job.
I didn't look much for jobs because I just maybe end up in Berea and angazi ngiye so far ukuthi ngithole umsebenzi.
Harold spends approximately 10 hours daily begging in Johannesburg City and confesses that people are beginning to question the gravity of his need.
Abanye bangitshela ukuthi hayi umele uhambe usebenza, abanye bathi hayi umele uhambe usuke estradini yohlala ekhaya manje. Ngingabatshela ukuthi hayi into engifuna usizo ukuthi ngivayivele thola ukuthi maybe bangasisa noma ngintonyana engizokwazi ukupheka ekhaya nomama nabantwana basekhaya esinyavaya abanye bangibhekane so.
Nonetheless, Harold still manages to make enough money from Good Samaritans who cross his path as he begs.
Maybe sometimes ngenza bomama 200, 100 and some, 150, 120. Yeah, imali ngenza leyo. Esinyayibeka ngikhona ukubeka like maybe 80 rand and 40 rand a day.
We then observed Harold for 2 hours as he begged, with the hope of seeing how much he'd make within this time frame.
So I'm like for 2 hours now, ngime lapho ngizama for 2 hours ngenze 41 rand uyokuthola ukuthi angifuna ukuthola umsebenzi ayingiyabona ngenza imali right lapho.